to Tennessee Brando from Weaver and John C., Rosamond, California. It's 3:31 in the afternoon on a Saturday, West Coast time. It's the 14th of December, 2024. Pulling up information concerning about what you're talking about. Somebody sent you a little bit of information. You just read one. Did you happen to do any more research into the situation that you were talking about regarding old Musk face? And believe me, there's a lot of information being replicated, not fabricated though. Snopes out there is one of those fact checkers that double checks some information out there. I know the independent that you were talking about was from the United Kingdom, so definitely we have overseas response to the situation. Yes, Musk is. I don't think he's ever been homeless, so he doesn't know what the hell's going on and doesn't give a shit. Just like everybody else in that situation or that mentality. He doesn't know what it's like to have his world taken apart. He doesn't know what it's like to have a job. Let me rephrase that one. He doesn't know what it's like to have a job pulled away from him and turn into homelessness because he can't hold on to a lot of things that he thinks he's entitled to. The problem is he's got that attitude and arrogance of entitlement, doesn't he? And one particular laptop I've got, I'm still trying to get information. And yes, Trump is listening to this damn crap. Trump is listening and trying to tell us that, he lies, cheated, and stolen. And he's not above throwing people out in the street being homeless. Where the hell are they going to be pushed that into? Prisons? Who's funding it? Who's going to be funding the prisons? Who's going to be funding it all? Problem is, he doesn't know how to fund the damn thing. He doesn't care about funding it. He just wants the publicity. He just wants the cruelty of it. He thinks he's. The problem is he's thinking too much, and it's scaring the hell out of people. I mean, there's other independents out there who picked up on this. I'm just looking at some of the Yahoo stories are pulling up on this thing. Popular information. Writers didn't pull up on the Snopes did. But here's the thing concerning about Snopes. It says he has a history of suspicion towards organizations helping homeless people. December 2024, Elon Musk said in most cases the homeless is a lie. And I'm reading this off of Snopes. It's a correct attribution, though. Number of social media accounts shared a statement attributed to SpaceX founder and soon to be government efficiency asshole, I'd say. In which he said homelessness is a lie. And from one particular tweet that got put on here from somebody from Begone Trump. God rid us of Trump and Musk. Well, isn't that a fact right there? Most cases, the word homeless is a lie. It's usually a propaganda word for violent drug addicts with severe mental illness. Yeah. These are your words, right, Musk? Tell me, is it worth helping those people who are struggling, even if they're addicts? Quote was correctly attributed to the tech entrepreneur. Musk posted, archived, the following. In most cases, the word homeless is a lie. It's usually a propaganda word for violent drug addicts with mental illnesses. Yeah. And this is getting people pissed off at him, including the one that you were reading there. According to Snopes, reactions to the post emerged in the United States and abroad, as well as X. In some cases, Musk's words were reported with a slight twist. In particular, one mass-syndicated article from British newspaper The Independent, such as the one that you're handed, reported he's called homelessness a lie. Emphasis added. While this was not the exact word the ex-owner used in this case, homelessness is an adjective describing a person or persons, and homelessness is a state of being, substituting homelessness for homeless. In this context, arguably has little impact on Musk's intended meaning. SpaceX founder has a documented history of suspicion against organizations working with people who lack housing. Musk's classification of homeless people as drug addicts is seen in his December 10th post, also separated post on June 10th, which was archived, in which tech mogul said homeless is a lie. And they're being a little bit more fussy about the definition is what it is. It's also being an attitude as well that he cannot understand because he's never been there in the first place, and if he had been, I don't think this asshole ever figured this shit out in the first place, what it is to be homeless. BRANDO. You ever been evicted? Kicked out? Forced out by law enforcement? Given a few days to get pay or quit, or worse, get out, period. You ever talk to people on the street concerning about it? It's one thing to talk about it on the surface, but it's another thing if you've actually gone through it. That's the thing. Musk has no clue what the hell he's talking about. So let's get into Musk, shall we? What does his official insanity say about him? Shall we go to the almighty Wikipedia for this one? Born in 71, businessman. Early life and education, all right. Member of the wealthy South African Musk family. He was born in Pretoria and briefly attended the University of Pretoria before immigrating to Canada. At the age of 18, acquiring citizenship through his Canadian-born mother. 2 years later, he matriculated at Queen's University at Kingston in Canada. Later transferred to the University of Pennsylvania and received bachelor's degrees in economics and physics. I did say economics, right? Keep that in mind, dude. Moved to SoCal actually, in 95, attended Stanford. Actually, moved to California itself, not SoCal. In 95 to attend Stanford, but never enrolled in classes. And with his brother Kimball, co-founded the online city guide software company Zip2. Startup was acquired by Compaq for $307 million back in 99. I'm reading this off of Wikipedia, by the way. Same year, Musk co-founded X.com, a direct-to-bank. X.com emerged with Confinity. Okay, Confinity, that's what it says. Back in 2000 to form PayPal. So that's where we know this asshole from in the first place. Yeah, I'm getting a PDF on this guy. Why not? Wikipedia's still out there, still free, isn't it? Or is it? Everything else going crazy these days, might as well. So, I'm just waiting for the computer to start pulling up the information, put it into a PDF file so I have something for research. I do that all the time. If I can't get something printed out in hard copy, which I don't have access to, PDF. I don't get why he is so against homeless. All this technology he's getting into, all the things he's invested into. hate to talk about his personal life, but if you look at the Wikipedia, I'm not saying a word on it. But he has polarizing views of things that are dumber than dog shit. Criticized for making unscientific and misleading statements, including COVID-19 misinformation, promoting right-wing conspiracy theories. Oh, you gotta love the guy writing this shit up. And endorsing an anti-Semitic trope. Tried to apologize for the latter, but continue endorsing such statements. Trying to get into his past information here. So he was born, raised in South Africa, emigrated at 18. So he comes over here and thinks he knows something about homelessness. There's nothing in here except he does have family history, and it's got a little bit of tragedy, but it doesn't put him into the situation where he's homeless. But he does know what it's like to be bullied. The guy shared a story in this place. His parents divorced in 1980. Chose to live primarily with his father. Elon later regretted the decision and became estranged from his father. So there was problems concerning about the family, eh? You need to check in his personal history, dude. You need to check into his personal history. Get what's going on inside of his head. Parents divorced at 80. Okay. Attended Bryston High School. An altercation with a pupil. He had shit kicked out of him. Sent to the hospital. And his father said I had to stand up for an hour as he yelled at me and called him an idiot and told him he was just worthless. Ooh. So someone had already set him up. Had already set up the pattern already. But he's already got the pattern of worthlessness, and he's got to go prove himself. I mean, royally prove himself. And this was happening still in Pretoria in South Africa. This guy has got mental issues. I was already working through in his head at this point. All the shit he's been going through, all the family trauma he's been going through. Probably set him up to be a nut job right now as it is. Never military, but he had some high marks. And he did a Trump maneuver concerning about mandatory military service in South Africa. His mother got him out of it. And he got, after he emigrated Canada. Here's one thing. He arrives in Canada back in '69, June, connected with a second cousin in Saskatchewan, Worked odd jobs, including at a farm and a lumber mill, so at least he knows hard work. Entered Queen's University of Kingston, Ontario. 2 years. He transfers to the University of Penn. He studied until 95, although although Musk had said he had earned his degree in 95, Penn did not award them until 97. Bachelor of Arts in Physics and Science and Economics. From, get this, University's Wharton School. Ring a bell? Wharton, as in Trump? Reportedly hosted large ticketed house parties to help pay for tuition and wrote a business plan for electronic book scanning devices or a service similar to Google Books. So at least he's using his mind for things to get him through. Let's continue internships over in Silicon. Energy storage startup. And Palo Alto, Rocket Science Games. But the thing I find interesting, he was accepted to a grad program over in Stanford. Now keep this in mind, he's already got batch. Graduate, we're talking PhD. Screwed that up. Decided to join the internet booming. He went for the bubble. Applied for a job at Netscape, to which he reported never received a response. Lacked legal authorization to remain and work in the United States after failing to enroll in Stanford. Response, he claimed he was allowed to work at the time and that his student visa transitioned to an H-1B, according to numerous business associates, shareholders. He claimed he was on a student visa at the time. Now, what is an H-1B, I wonder? H-1B, let us take a look. It's a visa in the United States under the Immigration Nationality Act that allows U.S. employers to employ foreign workers. See, he never did say anything concerning about that. It was never reported in there concerning about him being a United States citizen or naturalized. No. Is the largest visa category in the United States in terms of guest worker numbers. Guest workers numbers. I gotta get that one PDF as well. Research. Brando. A long time ago, we didn't have the computer bus when I went into college. We didn't have this kind of research. We had paper and we had books. And we had newspapers and magazines. If we could find the information, we'd make photocopies of the damn thing and use it for research papers. The internet changes a hell of a lot of things over here, but sometimes I have to question validity in a few things left and right on this. But the one thing I hadn't seen, the one thing I didn't see got posted in here. The information I'm looking at for Wikipedia got updated back in December 14th, just updated today and edited. But was he naturalized? That's the thing I'm worried. That's the thing, I've got it. Okay, he became a U.S. citizen in 2002. From the early 2000s until 2020, he resided in SoCal, or actually in California, Northern Cal, where both Tesla and SpaceX were founded. He then relocated to Texas. California became complacent in about its economic success. They didn't like the way he wanted to run his company or anything else for that matter. It was stated back in 2021 that he's got Asperger's, but he's never been medically diagnosed as such. And I don't know about this schmuck. I really don't. He may be a genius in certain things, but I swear to God, he doesn't know what it's like to be on the really losing end if he calls it homelessness is a lie. Oh man, his ego must be really out there in space. But he doesn't have the heart. No, because what I was reading about his information, what Wikipedia has on him, I'm looking for this. I'm looking what's in here. He may have a bit of scientific knowledge, engineering skills, maybe from physics. The one thing he hadn't validated and one thing he hadn't been declared, he's no humanitarian, that's for damn sure. He doesn't give a shit about people, only about this. Power and control. Same thing as Vivek. I don't know how to pronounce his last name, so I call him Vivek. Schmucks like him don't care. Schmucks like him will never care about what's happening. We are in for it. One of these here days, we gotta, maybe one of these here millenniums, we'll have a chat. That'd be nice. So, as I'm trying to get away from everybody else online regarding what's happening these days, I don't get a chance to wish it to you. You try and have a happy holiday, if any, for this, pal. Okay, as soon as I get your email address off your video there, you know how we do it. I am not a computer, so I will find you. I will send something over to you, and that's about it. Come join me. See my stuff. Diary of a Griever named John Weaver. Hell, send a comment. Tell me if I'm such a pain in the ass. Or an eagle. Or maybe I'm a fool of an idiot. Who knows? Yeah. Gotcha. Alright. And that being said, as soon as I get this video processed, I'm sending it out to you. By the way, Reverend Ed Trevor says, hey,